I despise this drive to Ohio through Windsor. Now I'm going to Sandusky tonight. Ollie played ball today. Got thumped 2 games today. This 9U team from Northfield got pounded twice. But Ollie get to play with all the kids also at the water park and everything in Sandusky, and he was really pumped. So that's good. I didn't want him down in the dumps too much because he got beat up. But Jays got beat. I think they lost 9 of their last 11 games. So this team's not the only one getting it. What a great day today at Grand River Raceway. Just so every day when we have days like this and you get to step back, from my perspective, you get to step back and look at the production itself and people, how hard they worked to put that production on. It is an amazing thing to watch. And first off, all our caretakers, how hard they worked. All the gear was perfect. The horses warmed up right. Everybody was on cue and did just a tremendous job. And then all the drivers that helped out, and then all the wait staff at Grand River. I had every single person come up to me and tell me how great the food was and how wonderful the wait staff was. So just a great production, top to bottom. And that's all Curtis and Cam, and you look at Jimmy and Mark and my father, how well they do their job. Everything just seemed great, and I didn't get to see it because I was on the other side. But of course, I, like everybody else, I went back and watched the production myself. Just an amazing job, had by those guys, done by those guys this week. I was just so proud of everybody, and felt really lucky to have them around, and then to see the horses go out and do their work so well. I think I meant to start this video talking about how proud I was of my wife on 2 fronts. One, for those of you who were there or were watching it live, you realize that she got dumped out going to the gate in the first set. It happens. I've been dumped out a million times, for Jesus' sake. But it's an embarrassing situation to be in because you feel that you did something wrong. She did nothing wrong. Insider Trading had gone to the track for the first time in her life, and they opened the gate up right in front of her. And she was just behaving herself, walking along, and then she caught the gate out of the corner of her eye and flipped out, just spun, which the babies will do sometimes, right? But she put some torque into it, just wheeled right on a dime. Amy's 110, 20 pounds soaking wet. It's not going to take a whole lot to dump her out of the bike. I'm 185, and I might have been dumped out of the bike with the stunt that she pulled. And just being a baby, right? Now, if they had the wings open, would she have done that? Maybe not, but it really wasn't the starter's fault either. It's just what we were there to do, show them the gate also. And as embarrassing as that is, Amy just got up, as professional as she could be, dusted herself off. The filly run loose for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, whatever, 5 minutes, I don't know. Stopped at the gate. I watched her go by me because I was going to try and help catch her too. I watched her go by me, and you'd almost tell that she didn't want to be loose any longer. She slowed up when she got to me, and then she went by me, stopped right where, only went off the track one time in her life, stopped right where the gate was, and somebody grabbed her. They were going to take the gear off her, and I said, well, we're here to train. Fix the scalper. The only thing that was even remotely bothered on her body was the scalper on her back foot. I said, put the scalper back on. Walk her in the center field for a couple of minutes. She'll be fine. And she was. For that filly to go out and show that resiliency was impressive. But she's trained to do that, right? She went out, put her faculties back together, focused on her work, attacked late in the stretch also. Just an impressive training mile from that filly. Very, very impressed with Insider Trading today, and equally as impressed with my wife. Not a lot of people, you could get up, there was other people there that could have went with that filly. She could have said, faked an injury, my elbow's a little sore, my leg's a little sore, hey Johnny, you go with her. No, not Amy. And that's because Amy takes her work seriously, and she doesn't get the credit she deserves, right? And very, very good horse person, and I don't pump her tires because she's my wife, right? That's not fair to her. Anybody had done what she did today, I would have been proud. When any of the trainers, caretakers, regardless, The fact that she did that, I never said a word. The fact that she got up, dusted herself off, jumped back on the filly, wasn't angry at the filly, walked her in the center field for a minute, walked her up to the gate, got her up on the gate, and then trained her like nothing happened. It's not an easy thing to do. And I was extremely proud of my wife and the filly to do that. Really, really, really proud. So Reset 1 went off with a hitch, but seemingly without a hitch. Everything worked out great after that. The filly was great. The set was great. Ready for Landing, I thought for sure would be run all over the track and did not. Made a little break in the first turn, but finished up probably the fastest last half of the day. Fastest last 3/4 of the day. He was very, very good. We'll talk about the sets in a minute. You know, obviously I'm enamored with what went on today, what took place today, and how it played out. But we've had a good week, all week long, right? It started off with the Colts in Pennsylvania. Spitfire obviously is a little sick, so we'll give him a pass, but he still raced good, right? 54 last quarter, 28, scope full of mucus. So Megan, the plan was to send the horse back to Tim, but the horse was sick. I'm not shipping him sick, so they've been working on getting him good now. Both Scotty will drive both Crantini and Spitfire next week. I don't even know if I'm going to go to drive Tailgate Buzz and Austral. Aaron Merriman's got along well with Austral Hanover. Do I really need to go drive him? I don't know. I'm going to think about it throughout the week. I got a lot of things to do this week. Am I free on Saturday? I don't know. It's getting to be a kind of a chaotic time of year right now. So we'll see how all of that plays out. Crantini was fantastic. Racing good again. Megan's got him looking good. You know, somebody had said, oh, Megan changed the gear and it seems to have helped. Yeah, that's awesome. That's why we sent the horse there too. And just because the horse raced great for Megan with that gear on doesn't mean he would have raced great 100 other different ways. But I'm very, very happy that she has him perfectly good right now and that Scotty is getting more comfortable behind him. He's not perfect. Scotty's still very timid when, you know, getting him away from the gate to the gate to get him to behave himself. In the mile, he's good, which is awesome. Getting him to the mile, it's a little trickier sometimes. And obviously, Scotty being Scotty, he does a great job. He always does a great job. And Crantini just looks like he's improving. And he looked impressive the other day. So congratulations to everybody who owns him. And certainly to Megan and Scotty for doing such a great job with the horse. Haunted House, talk about doing a great job with the horse. Mark Beckwith, Melissa Beckwith, just doing great things there. I know young Brett caught a little flack. Well, he didn't. I did. The other day for Patrick DePrano. No need for that. Patrick DePrano is a nice horse. They're doing right by him, and that trip the other day will pay dividends down the road, and I hope that everybody understands that now. And Bruce Ranger drove Haunted House the other day. I think Bruce Banner could have driven Haunted House the other day. Mark and Melissa just had the horse so good, and he's in the perfect class. It looks like he's going to have some fun in Massachusetts for the foreseeable future. Then I was at Ohio, raced What a Mission and Mo Power Baby. What a Mission has been good, but has never been as good as he was the other night. And Jason has him tremendous also. Everybody had played a role in things going great this week, right? We had Mario with Cash Deals in London, right? We had Jason with Mo Power Baby and What a Mission. Dominic's had a slower week, but a lot of his horses are starting to come on now, and a lot of horses are looking good. You know, Dominic's left with a lot of the horses, like Brace for Landing. That's so disappointing the other night. I don't want to dwell on that. It was clearly disappointing, and it bothers me even to right now about the race the other night. But I know that there's better days ahead, both for the horse and both for Dominic. And, you know, if anybody needs to be blamed for the night, blame me. You know, I could have doubled him up potentially, got him through the wire a mile, and 55 and 1 or whatever they went, he was going to win. But instead, you know, I wanted to blow him out, and I didn't really need to, I guess, in hindsight. So, you know, again, I have to put some of that on me. It just is what it is. You know, you have Tim getting and prepping Austral Hanover. Just everybody is getting their horses good right now. And then everybody does such a great job anyway, but I just so very happy to see everybody doing things and things working out as we head into the summer. Now, what else do we have here? And also Jason getting Atlas Hanover back. Oh my God, was he good the other day or what? Wow. He was awesome the other day. Very, very, very good the other day. I'm just at the border right now. You're fine until I get to the head of the line. So we had Crantini, Spitfire Overseas, Haunted House, and we had What a Mission, Mopar Baby. So good the other night. My 1%, a lot of people asking about him. That horse come up a little bit sick. His blood come back. Differential was flipped. We see a lot of this right now, especially right now. Differentials being flipped. Monocytes are up. Something going through the burns. So he'll probably miss next week. But, the line looked okay. I told you guys after the race I thought he was a little flat. Well, that's why. So he'll probably miss next week. We waited so long to see my JK Victory's name show up in the winner's circle for us. And it finally got there. He didn't get it out right. It was a dead heat. But he was very, very good the other night. And I was very happy with... very, very happy with the way things went with JK Victory. Hopefully he can build on that now and start to advance. Somebody said, a little flat. He did miss a week, right? He did miss a week. He did come 26 in a piece to win the race. So good for him. And then, obviously, Coupe de Ville, Smoking Hot Irish Girl, Swinging Scenery. Those horses have all come out swinging this summer so far. So really happy with the way the sophomores are going. We'd always be better, right? We talk about Brace, talk about a couple other horses. Things aren't perfect. They never are. But man, they seem really, really good right now. And now we switch our views to the 2-year-olds. Today was the Memorial Day weekend in the U.S., the unofficial start to summer, as they call it. And did the horses look good? I guess before we talk about the babies and how good they looked, it may be beneficial to talk about Drebin and Arson. These will be the first, not Drebin, yeah, maybe. Arson and Pickpocket. These will be the first 2-year-olds of the year that we qualify. They will qualify next Thursday morning at Northfield Park. Reason being, want to give us a little time in between. Now, and the June 12th to 13th is when those stake races start in Kentucky. We don't have a pacing filly, and we don't have a trotting filly anymore for Kentucky, but we do have a pacing colt and a trotting colt. And both of those horses looked exceptionally well schooling the other day, so we're going to qualify them on Thursday, and then everybody else. The floodgates will be opened after that. The following Thursday, we'll have a number of horses. I just asked my brother Mark. He's talking to me now, which is good. Always nice to talk to Mark, and I think Mark gets under a little stress, and I do too. And it's nice to have good people like that in your corner, especially people that are knowledgeable, that have been places that you haven't been. Quite frankly, both Mark and James, if I'm going to be truthful, have been places that I'll never be on the racetrack. But it's nice to have those people that are in your corner. So hopefully, I know Scotty said that he would come on the 8th. He's going to fly in to qualify horses at Northfield Park for us. And hopefully I can get Mark down also, because it should be a lot of fun. We had all those horses trained this week. I'm just going to go over some of the highlights, I guess, highlight horses in Ohio. Affection continues to do her work well. Now, if I talk about every 2-year-old that's doing well in Ohio, quite frankly, I'm going to talk about all of them. So I think we had a ton of horses qualified this week, or trained this week. I don't remember one doing it poorly. Not one. We've had some injuries. Somebody said, it just seems like we have more injuries. Okay, you got to take the Lover's Play and the Cowboy by the Sea injury away. Those weren't anybody's faults. They were accidents. They get injured, fooling around in the stall, whatever they were doing. They were just like kids. Accidents happen. When you look at the horses, we do have some horses that needed time, that will need time. We have a couple of horses in Ohio we're going to turn out in the field. We have 1 or 2 in Ontario. But those horses aren't injured. The only true injuries... we had some horses that we had to back off with them because of their knees, but that's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. So, I do want to do a top 10 list. It's going to be very difficult, but I'm excited to do it. Usually I'm really nervous, but we get a good look at them now. We've had a real good look under the hood, so to speak, definitely in Ohio, and somewhat in Ontario, but we've had a good look. I'm taking my sunglasses off because I'm about to go through the border. I guess I can leave it on. you guys can see what it's like to go through the Canadian border into the U.S. I'm just going to tell these people that I'm going to check in on the horses. Hopefully they don't ask why I'm driving through Windsor to go to Cleveland. So I am going to bring you guys a top 10 list, but I did want to look at some of the babies that really caught my eye today. So let me run through them real quick. Insider Trading easily worked harder than any other horse on the property today. You guys know that. Very impressed with her work ethic. Ready for Landing. Probably the fastest last 3/4 and half of the entire day. Very, very impressed with Ready for Landing also. And Mick Paisley, winner of the set, and looked very, very good. I think we're up. Hold. How are you, ma'am?
Where are you coming from?
Guelph, Ontario.
That's where you live?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you heading to?
Cleveland. My wife and I have horses on both sides of the border. I'm just going to check in on them.
You just want to go look at your horses?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind?
Standardbreds.
Are you bringing anything over with you?
No, ma'am.
No alcohol, tobacco, firearms, no food?
Nope.
How long are you going to be in for?
About 2 days.
2 days. Where are you staying?
I rent a house in Macedonia.
What do you do for work?
Train and drive racehorses.
You're not doing any training while you're here?
Nope. Just checking in on them right now. Thank you. Have a great day. Very nice people. Anyway, really impressed with the entire first set. Well, impressed with everybody. You guys know that. Second set, we went out, punched the clock. I told everybody before we went out, no speed today with this filly set. There was no real need for it. You know, when you look at the makeup of the set, you have Widespread Panic, who's in no hurry. I told everybody August with this guy. I'm not going to say that today's timeline was sped up from this horse, but I can tell you that he looked rather good today. There you go. Hi. Rito's Lady and Flashfly. Now, Flashfly, I trained Flashfly in 2.8 at Stutzman's already. She looked very, very good training, and today was a walk in the park for her. Rito's Lady, on the other hand, is a horse that... Yeah, I do. It's my Canadian one. Oops, sorry. Rito's Lady was a horse that going out to the field for the summer. So today was just a chance to let my partners look at her one last time and know that... Thank you. Look at her one last time and know that she'll be back in the fall. I think this is a horse that most definitely will benefit from some time off. You know, overcame a lot. Quite a change from this filly. If you go back and watch her early sets, how bad she looked, how she wouldn't pace, she was very ignorant at times, and then just come to life, right? And get better and better and better. But she has reached the wall. Her knees are starting to hurt her a little bit. She just needs time to grow, and there's no rush. So today it was just, hey, let's get a slow mile into her, Widespread Panic, punch the clock, and then when it comes to Flashfly, she trained hard last week. Let's just back her up. I said, I don't want anybody to beat 212. Anything after 212 is fine with me. And that's exactly what happened. We won a mile in 2:15, last quarter in 29 seconds with Punch the Clock, last quarter in 30 seconds with Flashfly. She looked very, very good on the front end also. Now I went out in the third set. I'm keeping a very close eye on Drebin. You guys know that. Drebin, I told everybody his knees looked like they were bothering him. We were trying to manage them. He looked awesome today. Although, there was a little more of a standout in that set. What about Seasons of Love, the filly by the bank? She looked incredible today. Jonathan Drury went with her. All he said to me after was, what a race car this little thing is. She was awesome. Very, very impressed with her. George of the Jungle was good. And Lonely Lakewood was good. If anything, Lonely Lakewood was running in the last turn. And they had a head pull, maybe a Murphy blind to him. And we'll start really screwing him down really tight as we get closer to that July stake race season. We'll probably have him behind the gate next Friday at Mohawk maybe. Might take a few down. Ready for Landing's going to start going down. I just think it's going to benefit him. It's not for the speed, just for the consistency. Here's the gate. Here's a group of horses. You know, just be comfortable. be comfortable, because today he felt comfortable. And when he's comfortable, he's a beautiful looking horse. So we're probably going to start bringing some horses down. Lonely Lakewood will be on that list. And then, of course, we went out with the Pacers. And, man, every horse today went good, but all the Pacers look good. I know Time Is On My Side, 2-8 last half, 59 last quarter, and 29 seconds. I was just talking to Scott Zera, and he goes, "Did you not want to go more with them?" And I said, "Well, Scotty, you raced at Grand River, right?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, it's going to be a beach the first week." That's what it was like. So we didn't really feel that there was a necessity to go a mile in 2 minutes with them today. We'll school them next week. I think almost all of those Pacers will start showing up at Mohawk for schoolers. I don't know how Mohawk wants to deal with the schoolers per se, but our horses are ready to start going behind the gate. So I hope that there's some schoolers for us in the very near future at Mohawk, because Great Bet, Jayport Beach Boy, Time Is On My Side, Winter Bells, and Watch Your Mouth all look very good. Watch Your Mouth, massive improvement over the last month. This horse has come a long, long way. He looked great. I know Amy said, Philly was on the left line a little bit flat. I said, Amy, she's coming out at 58.3, probably 58.4 today, Winter Bells. She was very, very good, and very happy with her. I keep telling her, she got the ear hood on a snake cord. She goes, "Why don't we take?" You don't want to see her get fierce, and the shadow plays can. We don't want to see that, and I'm very, very happy with what I saw from Winter Bells today. Just keep her subdued until there's numbers at the top of the page, so to speak, as the old timers used to say. So Winter Bells was great. She was third, I believe. Jayport Beach Boy was second. Watch Your Mouth was a winner. I was fourth, but pacing hard through the wire. And then right behind me was Great Bet. All 5 horses looked very, very good in there. So really, really happy with the babies this week. As I said, I'm going to bring you a top 10 list. We're going to talk about all the 2-year-olds in depth. You might want to pay attention to that video, because now that we've had a real good look at everybody, we can talk about the injuries on some of the horses. Cowboy by the Sea's injury, Lover's Play's injury. What does that mean for their 2023 season? And all the other horses that we want to talk about. So the good, the bad, and the ugly is all coming up in just a minute. But for right now, that's your opening. Good luck to everybody racing for the rest of the week. I just happened to pull open the calendar of the horses racing over the next 5 days, and we got a lot. So good luck to everybody tonight, which is Saturday night. Good luck to everybody racing the rest of the week. I will talk to you all very soon. A fantastic day in Ontario today.